Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya.
Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Bhagwan Shri Yogi Ramsuratkumar ki jai. Sarvam Yogi Ramsuratkumara Pranamastu. As we always felt, one could never sufficiently thank Bhagwan for all that he is doing for us. Yet, we shall attempt to offer all our namas as nama flowers at his feet in gratitude, celebrating this gracious blessing of his. We all know very well what Bhagwan had said about nama. Bhagwan said, not a single nama goes waste. And if one should want to be happy in life, one should please God. And pleasing God is chanting His name. If you want to be happy in life, make God happy. And to make God happy is to chant His name. He also added, Nami और नामा एक ही है, कोई अंतर नहीं. They are one and the same. The name and the named are one and the same. There is no difference at all. It means, as we keep on chanting the name, the nama, which is none other than Nami, who is all-knowing, all-pervasive, all-powerful, would begin to run our life. Nama will start running our life and will do the needful all by itself. There is no need to pray separately. So now, whenever we gather like this and chant, we can be sure that we are pleasing Bhagwan. We are making Bhagwan happy, and not a single nama goes waste. Now let us see. Some few days back, I came across, I just opened one morning, I opened the recent vision from Ananda Ashram, and I was looking at Bhagwan saying, Bhagwan, please drop something at my hand. And this is what landed in my hand. The beautiful poem from Papa Ramdas on Nama. Let us see what it says. Papa Ramdas says, I plunged into the depthless sea of life and came by the rarest gem, thy name. I drank at all the founts of nectar, all the sources of nectar, till I tasted the sweetness of thy name. I gazed at the stars, the sun and the moon, but none I found had the brilliance of thy name. My ears drank the varied strains of music. Verily, none so entrancing as thy name, as the rhythm of thy name. I sought refuge in this and that, but met perfect shelter only in thy name. For delight, I strove in things great and small. Now I am blessed with the bliss eternal in thy name. This is what Papa Ramdas wrote of his experience. So ultimately, we know we go through life as it comes to us, all the vicissitudes, the ups and downs, and then finally, it's like plunging into the sea of life. But when we plunge deep enough, we come across the diamond, the name of God. We may think that this is very tasty and that is very tasty until only we taste the sweetness of the name. Bhagwan also said, as you keep on chanting the name more and more, you will begin to taste the sweetness of the name on the tongue. It truly happens. And you find such beautiful peace and joy in chanting the name that you keep on, you cannot give up chanting the name. Papa Ramdas says, he gazed at the distant stars, the sun, the moon, thinking at one point they were the brightest. But he soon found that the name of God, was much more brilliant than any of us, effulgent. Papa Ramdas says he listened to varied, beautiful music and bhajans, all the time thinking that they were wonderful music. They were the music of God. But he found out soon that it was the sweetness of the music of his name that could not compare with anything else. It is incomparable, the rhythm of the name. He says he felt secure in this and that of life. He thought he had taken refuge, but when he met the perfect refuge for all, where did he meet it? It is in thy name. It is in the name of God. He says, for this pleasure and that pleasure, we run after so many things in life. With great effort, he says, I strove in things and great and small for delight. He says, because I kept chanting the name incessantly, non-stop. I am now blessed with the bliss, the eternal bliss. Where? In thy name, in the name of God. So let us pray to Bhagwan that we should also find that eternal bliss in the name Yogi Ramsuratkumar. We know it comes to our rescue, it guides us and protects us. But do we ever sing for the sweetness of it, for the joy of singing, for the bliss that it brings? This is what we should strive for. I remember one particular example Sri Ramakrishna Paramahansa gives. He says, a ship is going, it's right in the middle of the sea. Somehow a bird found its way to the mast of the ship. Now sitting on the mast, it looked around. You know how the sea would look. Everywhere, only water. There was no difference at all. Now the bird was confused. It just flew in one direction and it went on flying, only to find there was no sign of shore anywhere. It came back to the mast and then it moved in another direction for a long time, only to find again in that direction also there was no shore in sight. It came back to the mast, and this way, in every direction, it flew, but in vain. And finally, it came and settled down on the mast itself. Ramakrishna Paramahansa likened the mind of a devotee to this bird. In the beginning of life, a devotee tries to find pleasure in this and that. A devotee tries to find refuge in this and that. He thinks that the relatives are security. Money is security. The worldly pleasures are bliss. Until he found that all that was in vain, and only the name of God, only God, is the source of all that bliss. Everything else is Maya. Now, Sri Rajeshwari Senthil recently sent me a piece of conversation between Seshadri Swami of Tiruvannamalai and a man of the world. And the conversation goes on like this. At the time, Seshadri Swami was very young. He was a youth. But then he kept on doing japam ceaselessly for the whole day. Somebody watched all this, approached and asked, Seshadri, what are you doing? Seshadri Swami said, oh, I have to do japa. Why? Because I want to destroy my past karmas. And Sri Seshadri Swami went on to say, I have done 1 lakh of nama already, and I have 1/2 lakh more to complete. Do you know, sir, by doing japam, we can destroy our past karmas. We can change the way of life altogether. What is more, it purifies the mind, and once you get this purity of heart, you get whatever you want. Now the man was surprised. He said, how surprising? Just because you repeat 4 words again and again, you get all these benefits. Seshadri Swami replied, oh, don't say they are mere words. They are not. You know, sulfur? In the beginning, that's only a kind of soil. But then, in course of time, it attains explosive nature. Likewise, some words, some powerful words, repeated again and again, will bring about a transformation inside. It makes the mind one-pointed. And a one-pointed mind, the mind that has turned one-pointed, gathers a lot of power. It has a lot of shakti. Sir, do not keep on doubting. Start chanting the name. We do not know how long we will live. Even while we live, we must have clarity of mind and start chanting the name. Make haste. Start immediately. Now the man said, what Seshadri? I can't do even for 1 hour. Even that 1 hour, the mind keeps wandering everywhere. What do I do, Seshadri? Now Seshadri Swami said, sir, be very determined that I will do it today. Now this determination comes from Vairagya. What is Vairagya? Our attachment to things and people. When I sit for meditation, if I think of a new car that I would like to buy, what does it show? I am more attached to the car than to the japam. If I think of somebody whom I love so much, it means I love that person much more than my japam. The mind keeps wandering about things and people that you love most. And this attachment brings all associations to the mind. So what is needed is dispassion, passion for all things, desire for all worldly things must be got rid of, so that the desire for japam will come over anything else. So, sir, be determined. No matter what comes in the way, what blocks your way, you must tell yourself, I will do for 1 hour this japam every day. And that I will do with faith. Sir, you start, and then you will understand that 1 hour is not enough. The mind, the more and more you do japa, the mind becomes hungry for more japam. It asks for more and more japam. In the beginning, there would be no interest at all, I agree, but you start somehow. No matter how hard it is, you start it. Then the interest will increase. And then Seshadri Swami said, I used to do 1 hour in the morning and 1 hour in the evening, even when I was only 7 years. What happened? I lost interest in mathematics, music, geography, English literature, and above all, I lost interest in the school learning. They are no more important for me. Japam means more than money. All our wishes will be fulfilled by doing japam. In that case, why should we seek anything else? The japa is going to give us whatever we want. As the mind demands more and more japa, I keep on doing more and more. Sir, now I am doing for 12 hours. However much I do, it doesn't seem to be enough. my mind asks for more. It feels hungry for japa. The man said, okay, you tell me what you got from it. How did you benefit? Seshadri Swami said, sir, don't ask me like this. It's not important what I got from it. I'm a nobody. Ask, what does one get by doing japa? I will explain to you, sir, gradually. 1 hour japa per day will make the mind peaceful. There will be less anger, there will be less sorrow, less passion. If you do more, the anger may even leave you completely. When we do 1 hour japa in the morning, 1 hour in the evening, you begin to hear very sweet music in the ears. The body becomes light. No diseases will come anywhere near you. You begin to pay attention to your food in a different way. Previously, you ate only what you wanted, what you liked, the taste. But now, you will choose only that food which is conducive for your japa. You don't want anything to come in the way of your japa. Instead, you go after food, and the food, instead you go after japa, and the food becomes less and less, and japa becomes more and more. Now I increased by 1 more hour, 3 hours japa in the morning, 3 hours in the evening. You know what happened? A beautiful change. My countenance, the countenance of my face changed. The change came over the face. And what was more, my eyes became sharp. The whole body begins to shine, sir. And more, whatever you say will come true. Now I do 8 hours japa. 4 hours in the morning and 4 hours in the evening. What has happened? I have come to a state when I am not different from the mantra I chant. I become the mantra. After that, everything is only bliss. Everything is ananda. No hunger, no sleep. You don't even recognize any individual as relatives or as friends. Everyone is the same. The mind becomes free from all fetters, from all clutches. You develop very close kinship with God. Then the japam takes over, the nama takes over. You will have no control over yourself. The nama will drag you to higher stages by itself, and you begin to live for the divine. You begin to surrender to the divine. Now what happens? More and more power will come to you. You come completely under the control of the divine. Whatever you want will come to you. Whatever you say will become true. But then, sir, the greatest fulfillment in this is that the Lord begins to look after you with such meticulous care and attention. Your word will be the divine word. All your actions will become divine actions. Now the man said, Seshadri, if you do more than 8 hours, what then? Seshadri Swami said, when you feel that you want to do the japam all the time, all the 24 hours, we should intensify chanting further. Japam is not something that you learn from somebody. Puja is not something that you learn from others. The japa or puja should spring forth from inside with great force. When your mind is after only the rituals, not the meaning behind it, and do the puja, or when you sit for the puja with expectations, what happens? The intensity becomes casual. The intensity goes away and the puja becomes superficial. Sir, the puja must become so natural as one's own breathing. Only then it will take us to the highest peak, to that supreme state. It is very true, as Seshadri Swami says, all those people who meditate would know the deeper we go into the meditation, the deeper we go into the inner world, and many, many things happen. In fact, the outer puja is symbolic of the inner meditation. During puja, we light the incense sticks of fragrance. In meditation, as we go deeper, suddenly we feel the fragrance of flowers, fragrance of the incense sticks, some strange, beautiful, divine fragrance. Of course, during puja, we ring the bell. In meditation, one can hear the bell ringing. One can hear the veena music. One can hear some beautiful songs very near the ears. Very, very strange things will happen. And then during the puja, we offer food. And then the arati. Now, our entire life, as we go deeper and deeper into meditation, you cannot think of anything else. And your body, mind, intellect, the ego, everything becomes an offering, like food to the divine. You have to offer your ego self as food to the divine, so that the divine would replace it by the ultimate self, the divine self. And then comes the arati, the flame. The flame is very much like the flame inside, the flame of Paramatma, the flame of Chaitanya in the spiritual heart. So as the arati, as they wave the flame in front of the Lord, we see different parts of the Lord in the flame, very nice, very clear. Those days there would be no light at all. The only light was the arati light and the lamp that would be burning by the side of the deity. So in the light of the arati, one could see, one could witness the divinity, the deity inside the sanctum sanctorum. Now here the flame. Inside the flame is none other than Paramatma, and in the consciousness of the Paramatma, one could see everything as it is, not as we see with the physical eyes, but the substratum behind all these varied existences, the one existence, the one eternal existence of Father, the Self. So you see, the whole puja, it would look like a ritual puja, but it's not for nothing that our rishis have devised all this. They have to remind you that this is what you find inside if you light the flame of meditation. So they are not just rituals, they are not meaningless gestures of puja. Each one of them has a specific and deep meaning, if only you knew. So let's remember what Seshadri Swami said. He was wandering the streets of Tiruvannamalai, very much in the fashion of our Bhagwan Yogi Ramsuratkumar. It was Seshadri Swami who came first to Tiruvannamalai, and that was even before Bhagwan Ramana, and the last of which is Yogi Ramsuratkumar. As we all remember, Seshadri Swami, they say, is the personification of Mother Kamakshi, the embodiment of all that she stands for. And they say Raman Maharishi, Bhagwan Ramana, the embodiment of Meenakshi, the Divine Mother. And of course, Yogi Ramsuratkumar from the north, from Varanasi, he calls himself the God-child, so he is the son of Kasi Visalakshi. These spiritual giants, Seshadri Swami, Bhagwan Ramana, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Bhagwan, all the three have held rule over the divine rule over the region of Tiruvannamalai very recently, and there is so much higher energy everywhere. Tiruvannamalai has the energy of the Sanctum Sanctorum of Lord Shiva, because the mountain itself is Lord Shiva. Now here, Bhagwan, as a representative of Kasi Visalakshi, is here right in front of us, with his hand raised in blessing. We shall appeal to the generosity of this Divine Mother, the compassion of this Divine Mother, Kasi Visalakshi. Bhagwan, kindly intervene and free the entire world from the clutches of this monstrous virus and its variants, and bring back normalcy everywhere, in every aspect of life, like before. And Bhagwan, we pray to you again and again for uprooting the panic from the hearts of people. Please arrest the rapid rise of the disease and help all those people who are distressed for lack of facilities, medicine, lack of oxygen. Please reach out to them with the needful, so that they will get well soon and return home safely. And Bhagwan, please enter those medicines so that they kill this virus once for all. And all those great warriors, the fighters who are fighting the disease at the very risk of their lives, please give them protection and all-round wellness. And Bhagwan, we also beg you for a boost to our economy. And above all, please bless us with constant remembrance of your name. Just now we all went through what Papa Ramdas had said about Nama, what Seshadri Swami, as a youth, as he was doing japa ceaselessly, how he answered the queries of a man of the world. It is all very, very clear how the Nama chanting will bring about transformation in both inner life and outer life. So we seek that supreme blessing from you, Bhagwan, that would purify the heart completely so that we could see only your presence and your blessings in every aspect of life, in every episode of life. Jai Yogi Ramsuratkumar.
Yogi Ramsuratkumar.